Good evening, folks. I didn't know we were on the air. This is Don Oshman, editor-in-chief of HideNet Publications. It's time for the Sunday night review, but it's Monday night. Sorry to be so late, but a lot going on in the United States, not related to hides. That was a quiet day in the hide business. In Europe this past week, Andrea Guolo was at Lineapel in Milan, and he wrote extensive reports and interviews with a number of principals at the fair, and that's all available with a free trial subscription to HideNet. You can see all that in his analysis. Lineapel has come and gone, great expectations, great hopes, and when it was all said and done, nothing really changed. As typically happens with fairs, you make a lot of contacts, but you don't make a lot of sales. But there was some good leather business at Lineapel, and people walked away with a positive note. The headlines out of his report this weekend was UK 36 and ups were $1.50, 155 to 160 euro delivered tannery, which is up. Demand's okay for the large size cows, no good for smalls. Nothing new to that because the automotive sector uses the larger cows, and probably for some furniture too. Sheep and lamb are still struggling, however. In South America, David Holtz in Nuevo Hamburgo reports that the best price for a Brazilian TR1 CFR is $1.25. But it's not easy to sell. It's just a lack of general demand more so than price. It's always price, but it's difficult. And one of the reasons is that business is lackluster. Automobile is slowing. Is it dying? Is it fading away? No, but it's not like it was, and that's where most of the material in Brazil goes. And footwear is no good. Not good. Not terrific. So you've got the two biggest users, upholstery and footwear, not doing well, and tough to get everything sold that tanners need to get sold. The Brazilian packer meat exports are up, so maybe there's some hope that the tanners will have more hides to buy, but the economy is not any better, so domestic consumption of meat, and therefore the domestic consumption that will create more hides, is not being counted on. Still problems down there. Elsewhere in Latin America, Argentina, Uruguay, and Paraguay were basically unchanged from the week before. In North America, prices were firmly steady to higher. Wet blue is still a problem. $86 to $89 CNF has been talked about, and that's for seasonal Texas weight, 62, 64, 66 pound equivalents. Texas is steady, about 72 to 74 CNF on seasonal weights on a 64, 66 pound, but they're not selling like the proverbial hotcakes. They're moving them, but not with great volume, not with great demand. It's okay, it's going, but it's nothing terrific. We tell you why we think the market's going to do in the next month or two, and why we think it is, but you got to get a free trial to read it. Hanjin is still going on, making people crazy. There's containers still floating around that can't be unloaded, and that hasn't been resolved yet. And whenever it is resolved, even on a temporary individual basis, it's expensive. The United States Department of Agriculture reached the cattle on feed and said that it's up 1% this month compared to a month ago, and placements are up and marketings are up. So there's going to be more cattle in 2017 than there is in 2016. At least that's the way it looks right now. Exports combined outstanding was down 1%, but combined shipments were up 10%. Combined is raw and wet blue hides. This coming Thursday and Friday in Chicago is the United States Hide, Skin, and Leather Convention, where the bulk of the trade meets, convenes, talks, and goes home thinking, that was interesting. We also talk about market observations in this week's report. Price stability, is it good, is it bad? The market has been the same since July on American steers. Let me investigate that. This Week in Leather, don't forget we have other publications, including International and This Week in Leather. We have a story on the details in the Chinese environmental closing. How many tanners have closed and why in China? Will they be back? U.S. shoe sales were down in August. And there's a video article and a review on SB Foot, one of the few tanners remaining in America and footwear manufacturers. Pekka Tannery has expanded, and there's a story about French leather post-industry gains in the first part of the year anyway. So that's what's going on with, 4 of our publications, and you can watch them all for free, HideNet.com. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next week. Sorry to be late.